Hi everybody, I'm Th0m4s575, and this is the recap of the Super Mario Bros. Story so far. So for those of you who are new here, um, a few months ago, I made a poll asking whether I should recap the entire Super Mario Bros. Story, the games. I mean, not the movie universe, obviously, or if I should review every Illumination movie. And the majority of the voters said that I should recap the entire Super Mario Brothers story. So, yeah, this is what I'm doing. But anyway, for this recap, I'm gonna be including every single major story point or everything that's important in the base games. Everything, every story, every important story detail that's in the instruction manuals, and a few of my own original ideas, which will clear up any inconsistencies within the story, and what I think would make the story better. So yeah. Oh yeah, and if this needs to be said, there will be spoilers ahead for the Super Mario Brothers series, because that is how recaps work, obviously. So if you want to watch the playthroughs of the games and find out the story on your own without needing my help, then click away from this video now. I'll wait. Okay, I'm done waiting. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get started on the recap of the Super Mario Bros. Story. Oh yeah, one last thing. If you're looking for a particular part in the if you're looking for a particular part in the Super Mario Bros. Story, whether meaning a certain game within the story, then timestamps in the description below. Okay, now for real this time, let's begin. The Mushroom Kingdom is a land of nothing but peace. One day, it's invaded by the Koopa, a tribe of turtles who wield black magic. The Mushroom people were turned into stones, bricks, and even field horsehair plants, and the Mushroom Kingdom fell to ruin. Princess Toadstool, the daughter of the Mushroom King, is captured by the Sorcerer King Bowser, the Koopa's leader, as she's the only one who can break the spell cast by the Koopa. The 7 mushroom retainers are also captured, so it appears that there's no hope. Suddenly, coming from another world are a pair of brothers named Mario and Luigi. Together, they are the Mario Brothers. They quickly hear word of the chaos that has ensued in the land, so they venture on, kill the Koopa along with Bowser, and save the mushroom retainers and Princess Toadstool. Afterward, the Mario Brothers decide to stay in the Mushroom Kingdom for a while. One evening, Mario has a strange dream about a long stairway leading up to a door. As soon as the door opened, he witnessed a world he had never seen before, spreading out as far as his eyes could see. When he tries listening to the majestic sounds of the land, he hears a faint voice saying, "Welcome to Subcon, the land of dreams. We have been cursed by Wart and we are completely under his evil spell. We have been awaiting your arrival. Please defeat Wart and return Subcon to its natural state. The curse has put on you in the real world will not have any effect upon you here. Remember, Wart hates vegetables. Please help us." At the same time Mario heard this, a bolt of lightning flashed before his eyes. Stunned, Mario lost his footing and tumbled upside down. The shock of this woke up Mario as he begins to ponder what just happened. To clear his head, Mario decides to talk to Luigi, one of the 7 mushroom retainers, Toad, and the princess about the strange dream he had. They decide to go to a nearby mountain for a picnic. After arriving at the picnic area and looking at the scenery, they see a small cave nearby. When they enter, to their great surprise, there's a stairway leading up, and up. It is exactly like the one Mario saw in his dream. They all walk together up the stairs and at the top find a door just like the one Mario saw in his dream. When the group open the door in fear, to their surprise, the world that Mario saw in his dream spreads out before them. Mario tells the group about the message he got from a subcon citizen about a sorcerer named Wart and how he cursed this land and him. The group's objective is clear now. They venture on, kill the nightmares that Wart has made from Subcon's dream machine, and kill Wart himself by shoving vegetables down his throat. Afterward, the Subcon citizens are free and praise the heroes for their deeds, along with them destroying Wart's body so that he can never come back. Later, the group goes back to their world, and Mario dreams about the recent adventure he had. In a peaceful world called Sarasaland, where there existed 4 kingdoms named Birabuto, Muda, Isan, and Chai, is one day covered by a huge black cloud in the sky. From a crack in the cloud, an unknown space monster named Tatanga emerged and hypnotized the citizens of all the kingdoms so that he could control them how he liked. With this world conquered, now he wants to marry Princess Daisy of Sarasaland and make her his queen. Mario hears word of these events and rushes out to save yet another world, this time without his brother's help. He arrives in Sarasaland and starts his journey to the Chai Kingdom where Tatanga resides and where Princess Daisy is being held captive. Mario ventures forth, unfortunately having to kill any hypnotized citizens and leaders who stood in his way, kills Tatanga, thus releasing the remaining citizens from his interstellar hypnosis, and rescues Princess Daisy. After Bowser died, some unknown force of soldiers found his body and dragged it away to a secret location. There, they figured out a way to revive him using forbidden magic. Bowser is successfully revived, begins looking around and sees the soldiers that revived him. To his surprise, the soldiers are actually his 7 children, who suddenly decided to come back and help Bowser a year after they left. Bowser devises a new plan to take over the Mushroom World. He orders his kids to travel to the 7 mushroom countries and steal the royal magic wands and transform the kings residing there into animals. Princess Toadstool and Toad quickly inform the Mario Brothers about this, and so another adventure begins as the princess and Toad see them off. The Mario Brothers successfully beat Bowser's kids, retrieve the royal magic wands, and return the kings to their true forms. Bowser is pissed off that his kids failed him, so as a last resort, he revives his old plan and captures Princess Toadstool and tries to conquer the world with his own magic. This ends up failing, however, as the Mario Brothers kill Bowser again and rescue the princess. After the battle, the Mario Brothers decided they needed to recuperate from their adventures. Then they hear of a magical place called Dinosaur Land and decided that they'll go on a vacation there. Princess Toadstool says she'll come along too as she's stressed from the chaos of the battle. But their vacation would soon be interrupted, however, as while the Mario Brothers reclined on the beach for a relaxing nap, Princess Toadstool disappears, apparently seized by evil forces. The Mario Brothers start looking for their missing friend until they come across an enormous egg in a forest. The egg suddenly hatched, and out popped a young dinosaur named Yoshi, who proceeded to tell the Mario Brothers a sad tale of how his dinosaur pals were sealed in similar eggs by a group of monstrous turtles. "Monstrous turtles!" exclaimed Luigi. "Bowser and his bunch have returned!" Mario slowly nodded his head in agreement and, along with Luigi and Yoshi, set off across Dinosaur Land to free Yoshi's friends and to find the princess. As they began their journey, Yoshi handed Mario a wondrous cape. This may help you," Yoshi said. "Some say it has magical powers." With this in hand, the trio set forth, kill all of Bowser's kids and Bowser himself for good, and rescue Yoshi's friends and Princess Toadstool. Turns out while Mario set off to save Sarasaland, the castle that was gifted to him after he saved Subcon was taken over by an evil creep, and put the people of Mario Land under his control with a magic spell. The intruder goes by Wario, an alias created to clash against Mario's name since he was jealous of Mario's popularity ever since he and Mario were kids, and has tried to seize Mario's castle many times. This time, he succeeded and scattered the 6 golden coins from the castle all over Mario Land. The golden coins are the keys to entering the castle, so without them, Mario can't get in to fight Wario. Mario travels across Mario Land, fights the hypnotized citizens guarding the golden coins, fights Wario, and forces him to give his castle back. Wario manages to run away, although it's unknown what happened afterward. In the end, the citizens of Mario Land are free from Wario's spell, and Mario reclaims his castle. A few days later, Mario gets an invitation from Princess Toadstool, telling him to meet her at the Mushroom Castle. This is a rare occurrence, so Mario quickly dresses in his best and leaves right away. Once outside the castle, Mario senses that something's off. Something's not quite right here. It's so quiet. Shaking off this uneasy premonition, Mario steps into the silent castle, where he is greeted by the gruff words, "No one's home. Now scram! Wah ha ha!" The sound seems to come from everywhere. Who's there? I've heard that voice somewhere before. Mario begins searching all over the castle. Most of the doors are locked, but finding one open, he peeks inside. Hanging on the wall is the largest painting he has ever seen, and from behind the painting comes the strangest sound that he has ever heard. I think I hear someone calling. What secrets does this painting hold? Without a second thought, Mario jumps in the painting. As he is drawn into it, another world opens before his very eyes. Once inside the painting, Mario finds himself in the midst of battling Bob-Ombs. According to the Bob-Omb buddies, someone, or something, has suddenly attacked the castle and stolen the Power Stars. These stars protect the castle. With the stars in his control, the Beast plans to take over the Mushroom Castle. To help him accomplish this, he plans to convert the residents of the painting world into monsters as well. If nothing is done, all those monsters will soon begin to overflow from inside the painting. A plan this maniacal, this cunning, this must be the work of Bowser. I guess he had someone bring him back to life after the whole Dinosaur Land incident. Princess Toadstool and Toad are missing too. Bowser must have taken them and sealed them inside the painting. Unless Mario recovers the Power Stars immediately, the inhabitants of this world will become Bowser's. Well, Bowser's not going to get away with it. Not as long as I'm around. Mario ventures through the painting world, recovers all the Power Stars, and ensures this time Bowser is dead for good. After the skirmish, the Mushroom Retainers are set free, and following after them emerges Princess Toadstool. The princess thanks Mario and suggests a celebration for his heroics. Everyone goes inside, but Mario stays behind and looks at the sky to see the world has finally obtained peace. Isle Delfino, an island resort where soothing sunshine accompanied by the sound of waves gently breaking on the shore and seagulls turn lazy circles high above a clear blue sky. Far from the hustle and bustle of the Mushroom Kingdom, this island resort glitters like a gem in the waters of a southern sea. Mario, Princess Toadstool, and her mushroom retainers decide to go on a true vacation since peace was restored in the Mushroom Kingdom. The princess is worried about attracting the attention of the island's inhabitants from her royal status, so she decides to temporarily change her name to Princess Peach to avoid any unnecessary attention. However, when they arrive at Isle Delfino, instead of fun and relaxation, they're instead met with chaos and corruption. Mario looks around to see if he can find anything to help him sort the mess. Then he finds Flood, the latest invention from Gad Science Incorporated, and uses it to spray the mess away. But shortly after, Mario is arrested and held in court. According to the island inhabitants, the person responsible for the mess has a round nose, a thick mustache, and a cap. What? But that sounds like Mario. The islanders are saying that Mario's mess has polluted the island and caused their energy source, the Shine Sprites, to vanish. Now the falsely accused Mario has promised to clean up the island, or else he'll never be able to leave. With the help of Flood, Mario starts getting rid of the pollution and runs into a mysterious figure who looks just like him. It turns out that is the real culprit responsible for the mess. The mysterious figure tries capturing the princess, but Mario thwarts him, forcing him to retreat through a portal created by the tool he's using. Mario wonders what exactly this person needs with the princess. Then Flood tells Mario to go through the portal the mysterious figure made, and dubs him Shadow Mario. Mario travels throughout the island, cleans it, recovers Shine Sprites, and chases after Shadow Mario every chance he gets. Then while Mario's back is turned, Shadow Mario makes his move and succeeds in apprehending the princess, then drives away to Peanut Park. Mario pursues him and confronts him on a shallow area of water in the park. Shadow Mario then brings out a giant robot out of the ground to help him kill Mario. Mario proceeds to break the robot though, so Shadow Mario exits the cockpit and changes his form to resemble a turtle. His true identity is revealed. He's Bowser Jr., Bowser's eighth child who proceeds to call the princess his mother. It turns out after Bowser Jr. revived Bowser from the last battle he had with Mario, Bowser tricked him by saying Princess Toadstool is his mother, and that she was taken away by a bad man named Mario. He also said that the princess temporarily changed her name to Princess Peach to avoid any trouble, and told Bowser Jr. to look out for that. The tool that Bowser Jr. has been using was a magic brush that can change thoughts into reality. This magic brush was also made by Gad Science Incorporated and was given to Bowser Jr. by a guy that works there. Using the magic brush, he disguised himself as Mario and caused chaos to get him arrested, but his plan backfired. Bowser Jr. activates the robot head's emergency escape mode and heads toward Corona Mountain. Mario and Flood return to Delfina Plaza to see it completely flooded. Bowser Jr. is there as Shadow Mario, so the duo chases after him in Corona Mountain for the final showdown. Mario arrives at a hot spring and battles Bowser Jr. and the newly revived Bowser and destroys the hot spring. In doing this, though, Flood gets severely damaged and ends up shutting down. The princess informs Mario about the Shine Sprite's return, and the islanders celebrate the return. Off the shores of Isle Delfino, Bowser Jr. and Bowser survive the fall. Bowser Jr. figures out that Princess Toadstool isn't her mother, and says it doesn't matter whether or not he has one, as long as he has others who support him. That's all he needs, and vows that he will battle Mario again. Back on the island, Mario and the princess look at the sunset, wondering what could have happened to Bowser Jr. Then the Mushroom Retainers arrive with a newly fixed Flood, who declares that the true vacation starts now. After their vacation ends, Mario and Princess Toadstool arrive back at Mushroom Castle. However, to the princess's disarray, she forgot to change her name back to Princess Toadstool. She has no choice but to accept her new identity until she can figure out a way to change it back. Suddenly, smoke billowed out of Mushroom Castle, so Mario sped off toward the fire. Just then, an unknown assailant grabs Toadstool and takes her away. Mario notices this and immediately chases after the pair. Mario arrives at a tower, and when he makes it to the top, the unknown assailant is revealed to be Bowser Jr. To everyone's surprise, Bowser managed to trick him again into thinking the princess truly is his mother. After a scuffle, Bowser Jr. retreats with the princess to a nearby fortress. Mario presses onto the fortress and proceeds to battle Bowser. Mario succeeds in killing Bowser yet again, and as he sees his bones sink in the lava. Bowser Jr. saw what happened and swears vengeance. He grabs the princess and goes to various regions, with Mario having to fight a variety of new foes that stand in his way, until he arrives at a fortress in a dark, barren land. There, Bowser's skeleton arrives reanimated thanks to one of the effects of Bowser's black magic. But even though Bowser's a skeleton, that still doesn't stop Mario from dropping him in a 90-foot pit. Upon impact, Bowser's skeleton gets shattered, therefore confirming his true death. Bowser Jr. saw the events that unfolded before his eyes, then whisked the princess away in a highly fortified castle. Mario enters the castle, and while he trials through, Bowser Jr. grabs any traces of Bowser left at the fortress and takes it back to the castle. Once Mario makes it at the top, Bowser Jr. throws the remaining traces of Bowser in a cauldron filled with regenerative properties. This works a bit too well, though, as Bowser emerges out bigger than normal. Mario battles the Bowsers, but during the fight, Bowser Jr. retreats, while Bowser stays behind to finish Mario. Mario gets past Bowser and destroys the bridge, making him fall to his doom. The princess thanks Mario for saving her again, and head back to Mushroom Castle. Sometime later, Bowser Jr. finds Bowser's body and drags it away, hoping to bring him back to life. Again. Once every 100 years, a huge comet flies by the skies above the Mushroom Kingdom. One year, that comet filled the entire sky, and from it fell a stream of shooting stars. The Mushroom people scooped up star bits and brought them to the castle, where they were reborn as the Great Power Star. It was a happy time in the Mushroom Kingdom. Then one night, Mario received a letter. It said, "Dear Mario, I'll be waiting for you at the castle on the night of the Star Festival. There's something I'd like to give you." It was from the princess. With invitation in hand, Mario headed off to Mushroom Castle just as the Star Festival was getting into full swing. Surrounded by mushroom people gleefully trying to catch falling star bits, Mario was looking forward to the night's festivities. But then, something happened. A fleet of airships arrived, and commanding them is Bowser, who has been revived yet again. He invites the princess to witness the creation of his new galaxy. Bowser uses his magic to create a flying saucer that separates Mushroom Castle from the planet. Mario arrives in time when the airships grapple Mushroom Castle and pull it out into space. Mario's having a hard time breathing due to being up in space, so a Magic Koopa arrives in to take advantage of this moment and uses magic to finish off Mario. The princess calls out to Mario, but doing so makes the star-shaped object in her hand start to move and chases after Mario. The star-like creature catches up to Mario and wakes him up. Mario finds himself on a really small planet. The star-like creature then turns into a bunny and runs off. Mario runs after it and finds more of them. They'll tell Mario where he is if he can pass a test. Mario accepts and passes the test with no problem. A tower emerges, so Mario goes to check it out. Upon arriving, a star-like creature informs Mario about what he's doing here. The planet he's on is a connector to deep space, and if he wants to know more, to talk to their leader at the fortress. Mario arrives at the top and sees that their leader isn't a star-shaped individual. The leader introduces herself. She is Rosalina and watches over the cosmos. Rosalina says that she knows Mario is on a mission right now, but he won't last a second without the proper space-traveling abilities. Rosalina then entrusts Mario with a companion named Luma, who will gift Mario the help he needs. With Luma at his side, Mario gets a boost of energy, gaining a spin technique and the ability to breathe in space. Rosalina then tells Mario that disaster has fallen on them as well, then disappears into space. With Luma's help, Mario uses a launch star to travel to a nearby enemy base. There, he finds a machine that's draining a grand star of its energy. Mario shuts off the machine and retrieves the grand star. Then the grand star takes Mario to some abandoned space station. The Grand Star then goes into the station's core and reactivates some of the power in the station. Mario walks to the control area, where he finds an elderly star person named Polari, as well as Rosalina. They explain to Mario that this place is called the Comet Observatory, which is actually a spaceship, until a strange force latched onto the ship, pulling away star bits and their power source, power stars. Because the ship had no power, it remained motionless. Polari and Rosalina request Mario to help them retrieve the power stars to restore the Comet Observatory's ability to fly like a starship. Only then can they pursue the thieves who ran off with the power stars. Mario accepts the request, and by using the domes to travel to all the different worlds of the universe, saving a few familiar faces along the way. Mario accepts a request by using the domes to travel to all the different worlds of the universe. He retrieves power stars and save a few familiar faces along the way. On the journey, Mario runs into Bowser Jr., who's the culprit who stole the power stars for Bowser to wield the power of. Bowser Jr. sends out many things to deal with Mario. This fails, as Mario successfully retrieves all the power stars, which restores the Comet Observatory's ability to fly like a starship. The ship flies to the center of the universe where Bowser is, as it creates a path for Mario to enter the warp field inside the castle. Mario begins the final showdown with Bowser, as he successfully beats him and saves the last Grand Star. As Mario flies back, he sees Bowser Jr. drop the princess, so Mario catches her in time and makes it back to the warp field. Meanwhile, Bowser is reeling in from the fight, and then dies as the galaxy creates a black hole to destroy everything. Once Mario and the princess walk outside the castle, they notice the black hole destroying everything. Luma jumps out of Mario's cap and dives into the black hole, along with the rest of the Star People. This causes a timeline reset, which nullifies the events of the space war from ever happening. Mario and everyone else wake up confused, seeing as they're in the Mushroom Kingdom. Everyone has forgotten about what happened, except for Rosalina, who tells Mario that all life carries the essence of stars, including them. On the Connector planet, Rosalina thanks everyone and says she will watch them from beyond the stars. Once the Comet Observatory flies off, a star person similar to the one that traveled with Mario emerges from an abandoned spaceship on the Connector planet. Time passes, and Bowser realizes he misses the rest of his kids. He orders Bowser Jr. to show him the way he revived him. After gathering the few traces left of his kids, Bowser uses magic to revive them all. It doesn't go as planned, though, as some of their features look off, as well as them not knowing who either of the Bowsers are. Bowser is broken by this, so he walks away to think by himself. Bowser Jr. lies to them and says they're a group of special soldiers in the tribe called the Koopa Elite. Then he orders them to steal the royal magic wands from the 7 mushroom countries and capture the princess on her next birthday. The next day, the princess's birthday has arrived. The Mario brothers are there as well to celebrate this occasion about that. Just then, Bowser's kids sneak in, capture the princess, and fly away in a spaceship. The Mario brothers and 2 mushroom retainers start chasing after them, but back at Mushroom Castle, 2 other mushroom retainers take 2 presents from the event and put them in a cannon. Then they fire the cannon, hoping the gifts would help the group on their journey. But instead, the presents explode, and the contents scatter all over the mushroom world. The group sees 2 of the power-ups bounce in front of them and decide to keep moving. The group starts their journey, but not until one of the mushroom retainers from Mushroom Castle informs them about Bowser Jr. trapping the mushroom people in question blocks. The group starts their journey, but not until one of the mushroom retainers from Mushroom Castle informs them about Bowser Jr. trapping the mushroom people in question mark blocks. The group travels to many lands, saving any mushroom people they find, kick Bowser's kids' asses, and travel to the and retrieve the royal magic wands until they arrive on a volcanic island in the sky. A Magic Koopa stands in their way, so the group kills him. Then they make their way onto the airship, where Bowser Jr. is ready for a final showdown. And of course, the group ends up beating him. They find the princess on the airship, but other Magic Koopa swoops in and nabs her. The Magic Koopa takes her to a hidden base on the island. Now the real final showdown begins. The Magic Koopa informs Bowser of what happened, which makes Bowser furious that this happened without his order, so he prepares to kill the heroes for good. Bowser fails and ends up dying again, but a Magic Koopa posing as the princess revives him, but causes the unexpected side effect of making him huge. The heroes make Bowser fall and rescue the real princess. Afterward, they all head back to the Mushroom Kingdom in hot air balloons they found at the castle. The princess tells Mario about a secret world of tests, so the heroes decide to go there once the princess is safe. Meanwhile, Bowser arrives to get Bowser back up. They succeed, but in doing so causes the castle to fall and crush Bowser to death. After dropping a princess, the heroes arrive in the secret world and successfully pass all of the tests there. Shining stardust falls on the Mushroom Kingdom once every 100 years. That time had come again. The princess invites Mario to watch the shooting stars with her, so Mario leaves and runs through the field with stars falling around him. Suddenly, he noticed a strange light in the grass. As he peered cautiously through the reeds, he saw a small lost Luma. With the baby Luma tucked safely under his cap, Mario rushed onto the castle. But when he got there, something unexpected was waiting for him. Bowser is attacking Mushroom Castle in a giant state. He confronts Mario and tells him the power of the stars is his. Then he grabs the princess and flies into a portal. 2 star people are waiting by Mushroom Castle who are calling out Mario by his name. Mario wonders how they know his name, so he heads over to talk to them. Once there, they tell Mario that the monster took the princess to the center of the universe. Baby Luma comes out of Mario's cap, to which the star people say that he should be temporarily safe, but Mario has other matters to attend to. Then they tell Mario with Baby Luma's help, he can use the power of the stars. They decide to help out as thanks for saving their friends, so they start helping out Mario by first sending him into space to fight Bowser, and thus begins the true space adventure. Mario arrives in Sky Station Galaxy, fights the Piranha Plant monster there, and finds a Power Star. The Power Star leads Mario to a planet that's a spaceship, where many star people live and are led by the ship's pilot, Luba. Luba informs Mario that the monster that attacked Mushroom Castle blasted the ship with meteors as well, and that some of the crew went overboard. Luba also says their power stars were also stolen, which is the fuel source for their spaceship. Without that, the ship can't move, leaving the crew stranded. Luba sees Mario has gained the trust of Baby Luma, so Luba makes a proposition with Mario. If Mario can find power stars, Luba will let Mario run the ship so he and Baby Luma can fight against Bowser. Mario accepts, so Luba orders the crew to fix up the ship, which ends up looking like Mario. Mario becomes the temporary captain of the fixed and newly shaped Starship Mario, so he takes the helm and heads off to Yoshi's Star Galaxy. Once he lands, he saves an alien Yoshi that got trapped in an egg by a Magic Koopa. The alien Yoshi says he was trying to save his friends, but then ended up getting trapped in an egg. Then he suggests they team up so they can help out anyone in trouble. Now that Mario has a new companion, he keeps on retrieving power stars. Along his journey, Mario encounters Bowser Jr., who's now in charge of creating new machines to kill Mario. He uses many creatures and machines to fight Mario, but it ends up backfiring thanks to the help of Baby Luma and Yoshi. Starship Mario flies to different galaxies, and Mario retrieves power stars and saves citizens in the galaxies along the way, which he lets board Starship Mario. He also encounters some familiar faces along the way as well. Once Starship Mario gets enough star power, the crew sees the base where Bowser's residing, then sees a comet getting absorbed by the base. Bowser wants to become the strongest king in the universe, so Mario must stop him before Bowser devours everything in his path. The final showdown had arrived. Mario and Baby Luma enter the fortress and confront Bowser and kill him. Then Bowser re-emerges, so the duo beat him for good, sending him out into deep space. The princess emerges out of the void holding onto the last grand star. Mario grabs hold and flies back to Starship Mario. Once back, the comet that was being absorbed is released, and to everyone's surprise, it's another spaceship. Lubis sees the ship and says, "I always thought we would meet again." A projection of the ship's captain appears, to which Baby Luma shouts, "Mama!" The captain introduces herself as Rosalina, who watches and protects the cosmos. She was expecting them to be here, saying that when the evil monster took their star power, she was separated from Baby Luma, but she knew they'd reunite. Rosalina says that there's a force that binds everyone, defying even time and space. Not even the laws of the universe can stop it. It's the desire to be reunited with someone who's important to you. That pull is what brought everyone here. Rosalina tells Baby Luma they've come through so much to meet again. She adds that this for sure isn't some weird meme of the stars. Rosalina thanks Mario for returning Baby Luma to her, to which Baby Luma says to Mario he'll never forget their adventure. Even when he someday becomes a star, he'll never forget. Then Baby Luma takes Mario's cap for himself as a memento and boards the ship, which disappears into deep space. Mario can't help but wonder that Rosalina's voice sounds familiar. While he's lost in thought, Luba chimes in and says it's time for Mario and the princess to go back to their home planet. With that, Starship Mario starts to fly back to the Mushroom Kingdom. Somewhere in the fields of the Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser has survived the void explosion, but discovers the unexpected side effect of now being small. On the Comet Observatory, Rosalina tells the crew the story about the jewels of the cosmos, the green stars. Once Bowser figured out how to return to normal size, he enacts his old plan again and captures the princess at night. The next morning, Bowser and 3 mushroom retainers find a letter outside Mushroom Castle, and find out Bowser is up to his old tricks again. Mario travels to many worlds and battles various enemies, including some Bowser imposters and old foes as well. Once Mario reaches Bowser's fortress, he successfully kills him again, but then Bowser survived due to his black magic, and takes the princess to another fortress. Mario battles Bowser in the fortress and successfully kills him, but then Bowser survived with his black magic again, so Mario kills him again. Mario saves and flies back to Mushroom Castle, but along the way, Bowser is still alive somehow, as he tries to use a tower of little Goombas to drag Mario down with him, but ends up falling to his death for real. Meanwhile, Luigi got himself captured in a far-off fortress, so Mario travels there and rescues him. The Mario Brothers find out Bowser got revived again and captured the princess again while no one was looking. So the Mario Brothers travel to the fortress and end up beating Bowser again, only to survive like last time. And just like last time, Bowser tries using a tower of little Goombas to drag down the Mario Brothers, but ends up falling to his death for real this time. While the Mario brothers are having fun flying through the air collecting coins, 7 of Bowser's kids return, steal the royal magic wands, and capture the princess. The Mario brothers travel to many lands, kick more ass, and retrieve the royal magic wands again. Afterward, the princess is taken to a castle where Bowser has once again been revived. The Mario brothers kill him, only for Bowser's kids to revive him with the unexpected giant size effect again. So the Mario brothers make him fall and rescue the princess again. On the way back to Mushroom Castle, Bowser and his kids try to sneak attack the Mario brothers, but end up crashing. After the princess is delivered back to Mushroom Castle, a portal to an alternate timeline space appears in front of the Mario brothers, where a Bowser who has already died but couldn't find a way back to get his original body back succeeded in killing the Mario brothers and conquering his world. Now wants to conquer their world as well. The Mario brothers enter the portal, travel to the fortress where the alternate Bowser skeleton resides, and destroy him. The alternate Bowser's kids appear and reconstruct their father's skeleton, but also experience the unaffected side effect of making him huge. The Mario brothers make the alternate Bowser's skeleton fall several hundred feet, where he's destroyed without any traces left behind forever. After the Mario brothers return, the princess invites him into Mushroom Castle to hang out and talk about the recent adventure they had, but is cut short when Bowser and all 8 of his kids return with an airship armada. Bowser's kids stole the royal magic wands again, which were used to construct a giant mechanical hand on the main airship, which is then used to break through the roof of Mushroom Castle, grab a hold of the Mario brothers in 2 mushroom containers, and throw them several thousand miles from Mushroom Castle. The group crashes onto a tree which scatters its contents throughout the Mushroom world. The group lands and sees Mushroom Castle is still being attacked, so they start rushing over there as fast as they can. Along their journey, after beating Lemmy and retrieving the royal magic wand he had, a mysterious thief who is given the name Nabbit steals a bunch of stuff from a toad house and runs off. So anytime this guy appeared, the group chases after him and return any stolen contents. The group goes back to their main quest and fight the rest of Bowser's kids and retrieving the rest of the royal magic wands. But during this time, Bowser has been preparing things on his end at Mushroom Castle. The mushroom flags are changed to Koopa flags, and a Magic Koopa creates a giant storm cloud that surrounds the castle. The group arrives near the storm cloud, but the main airship arrives and gets in their way. The group boards the airship and beats Bowser Jr. one last time. As a last resort, Bowser Jr. tries using the giant mechanical hand to kill the group, but the group moves out of the way in time and jump off, causing it to punch through the airship and making it crash. Bowser Jr. managed to escape, though, and flies into the storm cloud, with the group following in tow. Once inside, the group sees what's become of Mushroom Castle. It's been turned into another lava-ruined home for the Koopa. The group goes through many obstacles and makes it to the top of the castle for the final confrontation. Bowser Jr. tries stopping them, but they get past. Once inside, the group fights Bowser and kill him. But then Bowser Jr. arrives with a Magic Koopa and orders him to revive Bowser. The Magic Koopa hesitates, recalling the last 2 times this happened. Bowser Jr. says this time they can use this effect to their advantage, and thus Bowser gets revived again. The group nears the tower the princess is being kept in, but Bowser Jr. arrives with the newly revived and now giant Bowser. The group doesn't know what to do this time, since there's no pitfall switches to drop him. Once Bowser Jr. tries crushing them, they then get the idea of using the hovercraft to bash Bowser's head in. This actually works, and Bowser becomes too dizzy to move and falls off the edge. Afterward, the princess is finally safe and the storm disappears. The main airship that was broken before gets repaired by Bowser's kids, and they take off without Bowser thinking he's dead again. But Bowser wakes up and latches onto the airship, and because the airship wasn't repaired enough to withstand his weight, it ends up crashing, leading to Bowser Jr. to carrying everyone back to base. At Mushroom Castle, everyone there saw what happened. Even though Bowser may come back soon, they're at least happy it won't be for a while. Afterward, the heroes visit a secret island where a mysterious stranger has been keeping track of what they've been doing on their recent adventure. Sometime later, a strange star falls from the sky, which creates a gateway to a mystical place called Superstar Road. The heroes decide to face the test there and successfully complete them all. During a fireworks festival celebrating the recent peace brought to the Mushroom Kingdom, the Mario Brothers, the princess, and a different mushroom retainer named Toad spot a strange crooked pipe that's clear. Once the pipe is fixed, a bunch of things stuffed in the pipe burst out, followed by a strange fairy-like being. She begs for help, explaining that she is one of the 7 Sprixie princesses of Sprixie Kingdom who are masters at using crafting magic, and that a monster invaded their home. He's capturing the Sprixie princesses so he can harness their crafting magic and take over their world. Just then, Bowser pops out of the pipe and captures the Sprixie princess and puts her in a jar before the group's eyes. The princess tries to grab Bowser, but ends up getting sucked into the pipe instead. So the rest of the group enter the pipe as well. Once they arrive on the other side, the group sees the Sprixie princess yelling for help, so the group rushes over to the fortress she's in for help. Along the way, they find green stars, which are used to break open the gate that's in front of the fortress. Once inside, Bowser confronts them in a newly constructed vehicle created from the Sprixie princess's crafting magic. The group battles Bowser and beats him, forcing Bowser to retreat to his main base. Once the Sprixie princess is set free, she uses her crafting magic to create a pipe that'll take the group to the next area where the next Sprixie princess is being kept. The group travels to many lands, encountering many friendly faces along the way, and save every Sprixie princess trapped, until they come across Bowser's main fortress where the last Sprixie princess is being held. Bowser returns with a stronger vehicle created from the Sprixie princess's crafting magic. The heroes battle Bowser and kill him yet again, and save the last Sprixie princess. All 7 are reunited and peace gets restored across Sprixie Kingdom. But then Bowser emerges, meaning he survived the lava due to an effect he casted beforehand using his black magic, then captures all 7 Sprixie princesses and puts them in one jar and uses their combined crafting magic to create the ultimate sky base. The heroes don't hesitate waiting and head into the pipe that was created leading to Bowser's ultimate sky base, which is an amusement park of torture. The heroes endure and make their way throughout the many trials of the place. Eventually, they make it to the center of the ultimate sky base, the Great Tower of Bowser World. The heroes look up at the sky and see that the top of the tower is where the Sprixie princesses are being held. They encounter Bowser for one last showdown, but Bowser uses a super belt to become Cat Bowser and attacks the heroes in many ways. The heroes can't do anything useful to hurt him, so they climb up the tower and eventually hit a POW block that sends Bowser flying. The heroes enter the pipe that's in front of them, which leads to the top of the tower. Bowser arrives and starts climbing the tower to stop them. At this point, Bowser is really pissed off, so he uses a combination of his black magic and the Princess's crafting magic to create clones of himself. This backfires though, as the heroes make it to the top of the tower and hit a giant POW block which sends the real Bowser flying. Bowser loses his grip on the jar the Sprixie princesses are being kept in. He tries grabbing them, only for an explosion to reach him and send him off into the sky, exploding into a firework of himself. Afterward, the Sprixie princesses are set free for real this time, and they craft a pipe that sends the heroes back to the Mushroom World. Along the way back, it turns out Bowser somehow survived the explosion, only losing his cat form and getting encapsulated. The Sprixie princesses arrive just before the heroes land back to say goodbye, and once they're back, fireworks are set off for their heroic deeds. 1 week later, the Sprixie princesses get a letter from a stranger, requesting help to find the green stars scattered in space. So the Sprixie princesses craft a rocket which will send the heroes into space. Once the rocket's finished, they inform the heroes of the letter they received, so the heroes board the rocket and arrive in a space high above Sprixie Kingdom. They start traveling this area until they come across a strange and somewhat familiar face. It's Rosalina, who is the one who sent the letter, since the green stars are the jewels of the cosmos. She decides to tag along with the heroes to assist them in finding the rest of the green stars. Once all of them are found, they arrive at the ultimate test. The heroes pass the test without trouble. With the task complete, Rosalina bids everyone farewell. Bowser finds a way to escape his prison in the warp zone using his magic to teleport to one of his bases. Sometime later in the skies above Mushroom Castle, Mario and Bowser are fighting on a new airship since Bowser has gone and captured the princess once again. But because of the new gear Bowser has made, Mario ends up losing his cap and the fight, then gets flung to a far-off land. Once Mario's cap lands in front of Bowser, Bowser announces he's planning a wedding between him and the princess to forge the ultimate alliance. Mario awakens in a land he's never seen. Then, as Mario's cap flies off the airship and gets shred to pieces, a stranger whose head has the form of a top hat catches one of the pieces and flies down to where the cap's owner landed. As the stranger approaches Mario, Mario wakes up and freaks him out, so he runs away. Mario chases after him, and after getting a good look at Mario, the stranger comes out of hiding and apologizes for running off, as he claims he gets easily startled. He introduces himself, saying his name is Cappy and that he witnessed everything that happened on the airship. Then he tells he's landed in the Cap Kingdom, which also got attacked by Bowser. But to make matters worse, Bowser also captured Cappy's younger sister. Cappy wanted to chase after Bowser in a ship of his own, but all of the airships in the place got wrecked in the attack. Mario feels sad for a moment, but then can't help but wonder what Bowser could possibly gain by destroying this land and taking Cappy's sister. Cappy suddenly remembers that there's another airship in the next kingdom over that could still function, and would go there if the top of the Top Hat Tower wasn't guarded by Bowser's henchmen. Then he realizes he and Mario are after the same guy, so after some adjustments, Mario and Cappy have now formed a duo. The two arrive inside the Top Hat Tower, only to realize they can't make the jump to reach the next area. They can't climb the wall either, but once Mario throws Cappy on a frog, he discovers the capture ability, which is possible thanks to Cappy's help. Now that they've reached the top, they confront Bowser's henchmen, who are expecting the duo's arrival. The henchmen introduce themselves as the wedding planners hired by Bowser, the Brutals. But they weren't just hired as wedding planners, they were also hired to kill any meddlers who stood in Bowser's way. One Brutal fights the duo and loses, then the path to the neighboring kingdom opens up. The duo get on and ride the path there. Once arriving there, Mario witnesses this strange land before his eyes. Cappy hops off for a second and says this place is the Cascade Kingdom, which is where the airship should be at. While making their way there, they find a strange glowing thing called a power moon. The duo arrives at the airship, but it doesn't seem to be working. They insert the power moon they found into it and see if it'll work, but nothing happens. Cappy suggests they find more power moons, and once they find enough, the airship is repaired and is dubbed the Odyssey. Once the Odyssey is in the air, Cappy gives Mario the captain's hat, now in charge of the Odyssey. With the Odyssey's help, the duo travels to all kinds of places to help save the citizens suffering from Bowser's wrath. Eventually, the duo catches up to Bowser and confront him for another match in the Cloud Kingdom. But the duo learned from what happened last time and defeat Bowser by using his own gear against him. Bowser gets back up, as he anticipated this outcome, and fires cannonballs from his airship that make the duo fall with the Odyssey. Bowser laughed, saying that Mario can't win this time. As the airship flies off, Bowser thinks for a moment. This new alliance has to be forged through a wedding, as it was the only way to hire the Brutals to stop Mario. If he changes the plan, the contract he has with them will become null and void. Meanwhile, the duo wakes up to find themselves in the Lost Kingdom, with the Odyssey all busted up. Cappy breaks down and starts crying, thinking that with the Odyssey in this state, there's no way out of this land. Mario walks over to comfort him. Then the duo decides to take a break since they can't do anything at the moment. Mario wonders why Cappy's sister is so important to him, so he gestures to Cappy to tell him. Cappy starts talking. He says when they were kids, they were always inseparable, doing almost everything together. But over time, they started growing apart when their caretaker forced them to start spending more time apart. Although Cappy found things that entertain him on his own, he misses the old times when they were together. Mario can relate to this, as recently he seems to be going on more adventures without his brother by his side. Suddenly, Cappy jumps up and comes to a realization about the Power Moons. If they could be used to repair the Odyssey in the Cascade Kingdom in its rusted state, then perhaps there's a chance that the frame can be fixed the same way. Without delay, the duo rushes off to find any Power Moons, but then Cappy gets grabbed by some strange bird, so Mario kills it and saves his partner. The duo eventually find enough Power Moons, and by a miracle, the Odyssey is fixed again. The duo proceed forth and venture to more lands and help those who are suffering through Bowser's wrath. Along their way to Bowser's Kingdom, the duo is stopped by Bowser, who uses a demon beast under his control to shoot down the Odyssey. Once that's done, Bowser jumps back onto his airship. As it flies off back to his homeland, Bowser thinks some more. He doesn't have romantic feelings for the princess at all. He just wants peace. He's tired of getting revived every single time he dies. The only reason he took the princess away this time is because no matter what he said, she wouldn't trust Bowser's words and would have used her powers to beat him up like last time. The duo wakes up and find themselves in the ruined kingdom and discover that the Odyssey is broken again. But this time, there aren't any Power Moons in the area. Cappy has another breakdown and cries, but Mario comforts his partner. The duo take another break, so Cappy uses this time to resume his story. After lots of time passed, Cappy talked to his sister about their caretaker's orders being done. They should be free to do what they want to do, and not do what others say they should do. From then, they went on all sorts of adventures. So on the day when Bowser captured his sister, Cappy vowed to rescue her. Mario looks down and relates, seeing as the princess is one of his best friends, and wants her to make her own choices instead of being forced to rule a kingdom. Then in the distance, a light starts shining. Cappy thinks it has to be a Power Moon. Even if it's just one, they need any hope they can get to rescue their friends. The duo arrives to the source of where the light's at, but are confronted by the demon beast under Bowser's control. The duo successfully beat it, and use the Power Moons it dropped to try and repair the Odyssey. By another miracle, the Odyssey is fixed, so the duo take off to Bowser's Kingdom for the final showdown. They arrive and venture through until they finally confront Bowser. They try to fight him, but Bowser punches them, saying the wedding isn't taking place here, but on the moon. Then the Brutals arrive in a mech to kill the duo, but the duo destroys the mech instead. After the fight, there's no way the Odyssey can fly all the way to the moon, and even if it could, there's no way they can survive the atmosphere there. But Cappy assures Mario that the Odyssey can fly to the moon. The sail just needs to be completed. So by using the Power Moons they found in this place, the sail is complete and can now fly to the moon. As it starts to take off, there was still the concern of the atmosphere, but Cappy has a solution to that as well, as he gives Mario an outfit that will wreath on the moon, as well as blend in with the rest of the wedding guests there. Once they land in the Moon Kingdom, they make their way to the wedding hall and interrupt it with the final showdown. But Bowser planned this to happen as well, as he drops the duo in a pit and that sends them deep underground. There, the fight happens, but Mario and Cappy win and beat Bowser for good, who they've now knocked out. Once that's done, the princess and Cappy's sister are released. Now everyone can go back home. But then the inside of the moon starts collapsing, so Mario uses Cappy to capture Bowser and use him to carry their friends and escape. They manage to get out, and when they do, Mario gets forced out of Bowser. Cappy and his sister jump up and are thrilled to be reunited again. Mario recalls Cappy's story about him and his sister, so Mario starts to walk toward the princess to ask her to free herself from her royal duties and have her join on his future adventures with his brother. But before he can ask, Bowser wakes up and shoves Mario to the side and finally asks the princess to put aside their differences for true peace. Mario freaks out, thinking this is another trick by Bowser, so Mario runs up and tries to ask her to join on his future adventures with his brother, but because of the conflict between Mario and Bowser, they end up overwhelming the princess. The princess snaps and shouts at them to stop, and ignores what they were trying to say. She walks up to Cappy and his sister and tell them to join her on the airship so she can take them home. Mario and Bowser cry and comfort each other since the princess turned against them, but then the princess gets their attention and starts leaving without them. So they run to the Odyssey in a panic. In the end, though, Mario stomps on Bowser and leaves him to die on the moon as Mario grabs Cappy and throws him to show the Odyssey a way back home. Once they land in the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario and Cappy decide to rest after all the stress they went through. Then when they wake up, Cappy doesn't want their journey to end yet, since there's still so much left to do. But first they decide to visit Mushroom Castle, only to find out their friends are missing since they went on a trip. They board the Odyssey and travel everywhere to search for them, and once they find where they are in each kingdom, they return to Mushroom Castle safely. After that's taken care of, the duo uses the power moons they found along the way to travel to the dark side of the moon. Once they arrive, they find out that it's the place where the Broodals live. So they fight them and end up killing them for good. Then, using the power moons they find there, they use them to travel to the darker side of the moon. There, they face the ultimate test, which they end up finishing. While climbing the building at the center to finish their journey, Cappy thanks Mario for the adventure and everything he's done for him. The final multi-moon is collected, and thus Mario and Cappy bid each other farewell. The Mario brothers get an invitation to travel to the Flower Kingdom from Prince Florian. The princesses of Mushroom Kingdom and Sarasa Land were also invited, so they are escorted there by their retainers. Once at the meeting point, Prince Florian pops out and shows everyone the pride of the Flower Kingdom, the Wonder Flower, capable of doing wondrous things. Suddenly, Bowser drops in. Still pissed off from what happened on the moon, he flies toward the Wonder Flower, and once he touches it, he merges with Flower Castle and becomes Castle Bowser. In this new form, he starts to spread chaos across the Flower Kingdom, trapping the citizens of the land, the Poplins, in many fortresses. Prince Florian is in disarray. At this rate, the Flower Kingdom will be a complete mess. Mario assures him everything will be fine as long as he and his friends are around, and offers to help. Prince Florian then offers to be Mario's guide as he hops on, and so begins another adventure. The group takes off, but shortly after, the Yoshis and Nabbit start trailing behind them. The Mario Brothers, the Mushroom Kingdom's princess, and Yellow Toad begin the journey at Pipe Rock Plateau until they arrive at a badge house with a plant coiled around it. But with the help of the Wonder Seeds, the plant gets destroyed, and the group is able to enter. The Poplin inside was able to keep a badge safe and allows Prince Florian to have it. With his help, the group is able to use the ability of any badge Prince Florian wears. Once they near the palace of the area, Prince Florian notes that that's bad since there's a treasure known there as a royal seed, which is known to be extremely powerful. The group enter the palace and encounter Bowser Jr., who stands in the group's way. They begin to fight, but the wonder power in the palace causes Bowser Jr. to transform, but doesn't stop the group from beating him. The royal seed is reclaimed, which makes the palace turn back to normal. They move on to the Petal Isles, the center of the Flower Kingdom, only to discover Bowser is there preparing his ultimate wonder. He also has cloud piranhas surrounding him, so as long as they're around, Bowser can't be harmed. Then the royal seed comes out and sucks up one of the cloud piranhas. The objective is cleared now. Find all of the royal seeds to fight Bowser. Along the way, an elite Magic Koopa who mastered using Wonder Power also stood in their way by summoning flying battleships, but that was no problem for the group. The group take back the palace in Fluff Puff Peaks and overcome many of Master Poplin's trials in Shining Falls. After finishing the trials, the group decides to take a break for a bit after all this traveling. The Mario Brothers are wondering the Mario Brothers are wondering a lot of things about Prince Florian. Like, why is he some bug instead of a Poplin in this land? And why is he why is he a prince and not a king? Prince Florian decides to tell the group his story since he's the one who invited them here. 2 years ago, Prince Florian woke up in the middle of a random field outside Pipe Rock Plateau. He didn't have any memories of who he was, but as he wandered, a hooded stranger appeared before him. Everyone was shocked to hear this, as it was hard to believe Prince Florian had amnesia. Anyway, the group continued onward, taking back the sun-baked desert palace and finding loyal Poplin's friends who went missing in fungi mines. After finding the miners, the group decides to take another break. There, everyone wanted to know the answers to more questions about Prince Florian, so Prince Florian continued where he left off. The hooded stranger who appeared before Prince Florian's eyes saw him as some kind of anomaly, so he tried eliminating him using his magic. But then some Poplins came in and blocked the magic. When the hooded stranger saw he was outnumbered, he ran off and vanished. From there, the Poplins took the young bug in and made them their prince, since of course they couldn't make him a king since he's only a teenager and he was unable to get married. Once Prince Florian finishes his story, everyone is now determined to save the Flower Kingdom. The group ventures onward to Deep Magma Bog, where they take back the last palace. Once the last royal seed absorbs the last cloud piranha, Bowser has already finished preparing his ultimate wonder, so now the final confrontation begins. The heroes board Flower Castle and passes through many obstacles thrown at them. Now the time for the final battle is here. Bowser Jr. drops in through the help of the Magic Koopa and uses Wonder Power to fight the group, only for it to backfire on him. The Magic Koopa freaks out and chases after the overboard Bowser Jr. The group fights through until they arrive in front of Bowser, who now has gone back to his evil ways for good and wants to make the entire world his captive audience with his ultimate concert created from Wonder Power, Bowser's Rage Stage. But even with Wonder Power coursing through him, he still fails as the final Royal Seed appears and with the rest of the Royal Seeds absorb all the remaining Wonder Power within Bowser. The heroes arrive and lands with everyone else. With the Flower Kingdom saved, everyone jumps from joy. Afterward, Bowser and Bowser Jr. are still alive as the Magic Koopa is carrying them, until they wake up and all of them crash on a nearby mountain. The heroes then and causing them to die for good. The heroes then learn about a special world in the Flower Kingdom, so they arrive and face the true ultimate test out of all their adventures. As they reach the final Poplin House, the heroes find the rarest and most secret badge in the Flower Kingdom, the Sound Off badge. With their journey completed, the guests bid Prince Florian farewell and hope to come back again sometime soon. Alright, with that is the story of the Super Mario Brothers series so far. I hope you enjoyed that recap, because, oh man, those are a lot of games and a lot of ideas I have on my own. So yeah, I hope this helps. I hope this helps us summarize the story before Super Mario Brothers 19 comes out. I know that's not going to be the actual... I know that's highly unlikely going to be the actual title of the game. I'm just saying that as a placeholder now, since, 18 games, so 19, anyways, yeah, so thanks for watching my recap, and thanks for listening, everyone. Be sure to like this video if you liked hearing me recap the entirety of the Super Mario Brothers story. And then, share this if you want me to, to spread the word about this is the story so far for Super Mario Brothers. And of course, subscribe if you want to see future videos made by me. Who knows? Maybe I'll make more recaps like this in the future. Okay, everyone, that's it. Bye.